Uh, there's the clap. So let's continue this shit. I guess, I'm gonna try to psychoanalyze myself slightly. But here's the thing. Okay, I don't think that's a good idea. Because generally, when I consume content, I watch guys like Sneeko, a bunch of fucking guys, believe it or not. I just don't remember all their names. I don't believe all their names. Don't remember all their names. But, fuck me. This fucking train of thought gone. This is like me with my fucking girlfriend. Not my girlfriend, some chick who I spoke to once. Girl I wish became my girlfriend, but I fucked up so hard. You see, I just live in the fucking past all the time. I don't know what to fucking do with my life. That's the thing. I have no fucking idea where I'm going. Just fucking prolonging my experience. Trying to prolong. Not trying to even prolong, I'm trying to shorten my time to get to somewhere where things may be better, but I'm not even thinking about the future. Like, I sometimes try to make my situation better, but most of the time it's... The thing is, what I don't see a future. Like, what is my better life? What can I do that will make my life better? What do I want from this life? And honestly, I don't really think there's much I want. Nothing, I don't know, there's nothing that I can't go to a store, buy something, and be happy. Like, that doesn't work for me. I mean, things I used to always want to do is, when I was younger, buy a gun and keep a gun. That doesn't really sound that great to me. Like, it might be a bit pleasing to notice I have a collection of guns, but it doesn't... Like, what am I doing this for? The best I could imagine is to achieve something I haven't had before, which is a solid relationship with a person. That be it a mentor, a companion, my own child. I don't have a solid relationship where me and the person truly trust each other and we bounce off each other all the time. My brother is the closest thing. My mother, my brother, and my best friend Else. Those are the three things I've had. They're the closest thing to it. And... But again, they're contracted relationships. They're given relationships. You don't fall into place to each other because you fit. You fall into place because it is just the case of the house that you're born into, the nation you're born into. I mean, my best friend Alice is, I guess, the closest thing I have to falling in because we fit, but we mature, and due to it not being a relationship that is sustained by close contact, and it's mostly that we both live our day and then we see each other at the end of the day days being sometimes weeks or months. Not months, but a month, the longest I think we've ever... And not even a month, like 3 weeks is the longest I don't think we've ever talked. So, it doesn't really work. And I don't know how I would function. Like, I try to picture someone wanting to be with me, and I see nothing I can give anyone. The best I can imagine I could give to someone is being a father. But why bring someone into a life where I struggle with these issues myself? I think if I was successful as a father, I would create someone who was like me. Perhaps I would find a way to give them more meaning than I have given myself. But I doubt it. Because I see the meaning people have in life as a peaceful arrogance that should not be disturbed, and isn't necessarily arrogance, because arrogance is such a negative word. I think it's more like that they're just not, like, there's nothing wrong with not noticing your marriage is shit as long as it stays together. Like, well, that it might not be necessarily the case. Like, women in certain religions don't realize they're being oppressed, but they are. Or certain people, kids don't know they're being treated as idiots until they realize they are. I'm saying you are. Fuck me. I really just want to fucking shout sometimes. Not now. Not this very moment. I was thinking. I was wishing I could scream. And that's one of the other things I don't do is I don't cry enough. I really should get good at crying. Maybe I milk for myself quite a lot sometimes. But fucking crying might be great. There are moments where I was getting close to it, but it never ever tips. It might just be that my life isn't as shit as it is, and I'm just thinking about it too much. But that's the thing. That's one other thing I've been told. Is like, you think about religion too much. Why don't you accept how it is? Accept how it is. Because it isn't. That isn't how it is. So many things aren't the way they seem they are. That's one other thing. I almost feel like religion kills the creativity for so many people. It might just be the fact that people aren't as interested as they could be. So they end up... I mean, realistically, most people live their lives... Like, I look around me, most people are living their lives in this system. Not fine, but fine. They fit into the system. They can work with it. They won't be an issue for it. I think I will be an issue for it. I mean, the best I could see is somehow being patroned, like, the best way I could fit in society is being run off a Patreon to do something for people. Like, but, because that's the thing, like, most of the time when I think about what am I going to do with my life, it's a military, living by because the thing is, I don't want to live by myself, but I think tends to be that I don't know many communities that do said things, like live in the woods by themselves, or live off the wilderness. So I tend to just imagine that if I was going to do it, I'd have to kind of sneak my way out, do it by myself, so no one else would be harmed. And it makes it easier that way. I wouldn't have to be concerned of this, like, if I went to live in the woods Ted Kaczynski style, I would be fine. I wouldn't have to worry about the conditions of other people. If I died, like, what happens? Nothing happens if I die. It's fine. But I wouldn't want to be the cause of other people's deaths. And that's one issue I also have with the military. I don't... Like, after researching the Foreign Legion, the Foreign Legion's it's not worse than any other military. The Australian military probably committed more war crimes. Jesus, that was far. But I don't see any wars being justified. That's one thing that's kind of been nagging me with these thoughts as recently. Ukraine's opened up their things for foreigners to join the military. They're creating their own Foreign Legion. And it's tempting to some extent, but do I want to die? That's the thing. I'm not suicidal. And my morals, like, watching the ground of Ukraine is interesting, and, like, it's sad to see what's happening. But I would just feel like a tourist. I just feel like some guy who comes here to defend when there's no, like, institutionally anyone asking. But to an extent, now they are. So this may be the only time in my life I could have an opportunity to go to the military for an actually justified decision, like a justified reason. I mean, fuck me. What's this? The Ukraine shit's pretty fucking. The thing is, I don't like to be like, oh, it's scary. Oh, wars are scary. What happened in Iraq is freaky. World War III is around the corner. I don't tend to think like that. But as of recently, just some dumb fucking bimbo head cunt needs to press a button. And other people are gonna start pressing buttons. And other fucking the nukes. I don't want to be like, oh, nukes scary, but it is a problem. They exist, and therefore they can be used. And what do we do when they do get used? Because there's always the probability that it is, and probabilities over a long period of time almost become guarantees. That's the thing. Where do I want to be if the world goes into war? We live in such well bordered. I mean, there's police everywhere. There's a government everywhere. There's a culture. There's a society everywhere, in every single place. So you go sit somewhere and you try to get out of it, and then all of a sudden someone's gonna say, "Nah, man, you're born here. You have an obligation to serve everyone in this nation." Some dog shit like that. Try to pick you up, make you fight for their cause. I don't mind joining a cause. Joining the cause is different though to being drafted. Sure, being drafted has led to certain benefits, like the few intellects that made the good decision, and the sheep will follow, and therefore society will be benefited by it. I don't know what. I think it's also like the Ukraine website's banned in this country. I just use my VPN when I get home, but see what I should check what actual conditions are. I need to live my life, and I need to see where that takes me. I don't want to have a job. It sounds fucking shite. But I most definitely don't want to miss on the certain small things that the society of humans, the library, the fucking. There are so many people out there. What was it? We have 7 to 8 billion people on this earth. And you telling me there ain't some decent fucking people out there? There's some decent fucking people out there. And I want to be around those people. I want to see those people. I want to hear those people. But the issue is, I don't like the idea of enslaving myself. Not enslaving, but it's to be a part of it, you have to play a certain role, which isn't a bad thing. It's just a role I don't want to play. So now I have to choose. Do I want to go through the burden of my day-to-day life? I don't want to make money. I don't give a shit about money. Money itself as an object is useless. It's only useful because we've agreed to make it useful. And we've designed this entire place around it. We fucking carved up the earth just for the sake of money. I mean, money is a symbol in a sense. It's power, it's control, it's safety, it's a guarantee, stability, whatever the fuck it is. They're all the same thing for something else. The greater fear of humanity. I get death, discomfort, but discomfort is just the fear of death. Let's see. I fear dying. I don't fear I fear dying with regretting that I didn't do something. I regret dying without. I regret dying and knowing that I didn't do something I wanted to do. That being perhaps the entire way I live my life. That's what I fear. I don't fear death by itself. There are moments where I would hope I would die very soon after them, because I know at that moment I'm okay. It's okay to die. And I was watching PewDiePie recently. There was something he said in it. He said that he was talking about Nietzsche. It was actually reviewed by a guy reviewing Nietzsche's thing, his video on Nietzsche, and he was saying one of the things like Nietzsche's philosophy, like what was it, life meaning philosophy, something. He was saying there are certain moments, like if you had to relive your life, all the pains, all the success, yada yada yada. I forgot what he said, but one of the things he did say is when he was dancing with his wife, when he was getting married, he was dancing with his wife. He had accumulated the feeling that this is it. It's okay. Whatever happens now, the fact that this happened is good enough. I have moments where I get that, but I don't have a prolonging, like, I haven't had something where I know now if I die forever. Perhaps in those moments, yeah. But I generally don't have the one thing. But perhaps I just need to lower, like, these standards and deal with it. I think the thing is also, I have so much, like, pain I hold on to, because I just don't, like, I let go of it. But the thing I'm left with is, like, it's stained with piss and fucking annoyance of certain things. And I just don't know how to deal with it. Alright, guys. See ya. Don't wanna be me.